YouTube. Just the other day, me I try start up doing back live on my YouTube, and Lord, it a beat my bad. I can't remember how the platform work. I can't remember not Nicola Bailey, Yvonne, Hervalyn, June, Barbara. Good night, everybody. Should I come back another night, or y'all want me now? I can't remember anything about the platform. It's been such a long time that I've not used my YouTube channel, even though I have a YouTube channel with almost 4,000 subscribers. And I think it's almost a year that I never posted. So recently, I think in the month of October, thereabout, I decided to start posting back. Rena, Mrs. Rena Mashono down, Shan. Lady V, me in church over by Rev. Go on back a Rev and come back if you feel like nothing. But we go talk about this thing over here. Watch a rerun. So wherever you are, it's perfectly fine. We don't have no problem. All right, Paulette Nelson. Oh, the time change. You know what happened? The time change. Normally Rev's supposed to be a come out now, but Rev's still here now. Okay, all right. I guess I get it bad. But go where you need to go based on the topic and everything. Yeah, we can swing back. I hope we'll still be here. This will take us maybe 45 minutes. I don't expect it to be longer, not unless people want to contribute to the topic. But welcome to our show. My name is Valine Williams. If you're here for the first time, I want to extend a very warm and special welcome to you. If you're not here for the first time, I consider you to be my family. YouTube, I want to thank each and everyone for your support. Continue to like, comment, share, and all right. And for Facebook, please like, comment, share, and give the page a. All right. So we good. 4 persons on YouTube. Me get 2 thumbs up. That's half. So half and half, 50% I work with me. 50% now work. Me have 6% and 2 thumbs up. More want to say 66. Can we balance over YouTube? All right. Facebook, we're here. Let me focus. I'm not going to be focused on any specific one. Whatever I say goes for all. All right. Just want to recap something. So based on the topic that I have up, I wanted to get to 50 on Facebook before we do this. YouTube is just a matter of whatever, whoever, however, because remember, we're just trying to go back to YouTube. It's still 50% on YouTube. 6 person watching, 3 thumbs up. Can I get 6 thumbs up, please? Show me that you appreciate me. I go over YouTube. No problem, bam bam. Support a support. Once a me a support. Go share everywhere you want. Go. 5 person, 3. So 1 gone. Me not like that and not treat me good. We gonna talk about this thing. All right. So everybody know. Me gonna say something about Miss Kitty. So now don't move now. I'm gonna throw my piece in the ring concerning, yes, la 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 la, la Miss Kitty. Marriage, pregnancy, everything. I'm gonna say what I have to say, how I feel, and what I think. But just feel like that now. Now make on a finger rule around the start comment too much. I feel like I can't read mine on an x-ray machine. I don't know in a people head count, I don't know. But I'm gonna say something concerning Miss Kitty, and I'd like to get your feedback on it. All right, so make sure you're here with me for this. I see 6 thumbs up and 8 person watching. I thank you so much. I appreciate that. Can I get 8 thumbs up for 8 watchers? All right, I'm gonna say this. We don't know where life will take us, and we don't know what will happen in our lives. And as people, we encounter people along the pathway. We fell in love, we fell out of love. It's just the natural order of things and how life is. Nothing is set in stone. Nothing is set in stone. And that is why me not say them for leave her yet, Irvalyn. You don't know if I this me a go it. You don't know if I the side of the fence and the yet, Irva. All right. So, and that is why sometimes as people we have to be very careful how we portray ourselves and what we kind of try to represent to the public, and things that we speak, in what way we speak it, because remember, people are going to hold you based on your words. So whatever comes from your mouth is what people will hold you to. All right, so that man will keep coming out with the baby clothes and all that foolishness. I would even go there. So that's not a part of tonight's conversation. So stick around, don't go anywhere. All right. I understand what you said, Irva. So today I happened to be browsing, what was it? YouTube, and I came across a video, and her name was in the video. Please make sure you share the live, make sure you tag friends, and make sure that you are here. Happy weekend, blessed one. All right, so let's make sure you tag some friends, make sure you share the live. YouTube, I'm asking you to please share the lives and give the live a thumbs up. Thank you. Facebook, I'm asking you to share the live, like the live, tag a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend. Lady V over here talk about Miss Kitty. Yes. Mystical Mother. Remember? Mystical Mother over here. I said something about Miss Kitty tonight. So no come. Quick. You don't remember Mystical? Yeah, my daughter? Yeah. So no come. I ran into this video today, and I was listening to it this morning. Don't judge anybody. You can't judge a book by the cover, okay? And I was listening to this video this morning, and I want to say something. But before we say anything, let us try to listen to the video. Sir, if you see that I played a clip of your video, I hope you will not be offended. It's not intended for any copyright breach or infringement. It's just that I want to make a point. So I'm playing the video, and I'm hoping it should be okay. Let's see.
Sir? Whenever people see people that they like, even when they are wrong, and even when they get exposed, these people get in their feelings more than likely. These people have the same sorts of characteristics as the person that they put on a pedestal, as the person that them rates. This is part 2 of the Miss Kitty files. I am going to tell you something.
These are not my words. These, Sherry David, how are you? These are not my words. It's just a video I saw on YouTube, okay? And if you were to see the comments.
Information that is out there in the public sphere, that if you just do a little research, or if you have the links like I have the links, then you would know exactly what is going on.
So, let me give respect, manners, and shout out and credit. The video came from Dance All Source on YouTube. Please go follow, like, comment, share, and subscribe to that channel. I'm using a video courtesy of Dance All Source. It's not my video. I'm just playing it because I want to make a point. Sir, I hope if you see it, you don't take an offense me replaying the video.
First, let me say, everybody wants everybody to be happy. Everybody wish the best for everybody. However, when persons are hypocrites, when persons try to put themselves out there as if they are the poster child for morality and ethics in a Jamaica, then just to find out that they are not. Most persons said, Miss Kitty, she find a man, the man love her, she love him, them have a child on the way, so therefore.
Very interested indeed, right, Bam Bam? It was a rather interesting video, I must say. And I also give this YouTuber credit for bravery and detailed.
It is all a good thing they are married. However, the time or how is what we question or should question if we have morals and ethics. the man divorced and she single, them can come together in matrimony. That is true. However, the fact is that not this man divorced him wife before he meet Miss Kitty. The facts are that this
My partner and I discussed it too. Bamba, it's rather interesting.
man had his wife. They have 3 child together. Don't know who have 2 or 1 or 3 and 0. But them have 3 put together. And then they have a young child that is probably about 4 or so right now. Other child, teenager. They were happy. As a matter of fact, I know people that know this man that used to go to meetings with him, and he would talk about his wife. He would put his wife on a pedestal. My wife this, my wife that. So even after 3 years, based on how he used to talk, you would think that this was a marriage made in heaven and was going to be until eternity. However, some things change. A monkey wrench fall into the program. Based on validated information, it is said that this man was cheating with Miss Kitty while he...
Somebody say facts according to who though? Well, Brenda, remember, I don't share my views or my opinion as yet. Like I said this morning, I was scrolling. Blessed one. I'm gonna try and see. I see you say something about judge and accused. That's what you're talking about. It's not really the same thing, but some people may consider it to be, but it's definitely not the same thing. But I'll elaborate on it a little more. I sketch a note here, so I sketch a little note here so I can come back to it. But I don't want to lose my train of thought. But I put a little note here, judge, accuse, difference. So I'll try and get back to it. So as I say, I heard the video this morning and it was rather detailed and interesting. And I just thought, I want to make a point, but I want to play this video before I make the point. So I need you all to engage with me. Yes, I always wonder. Thank you. It's not the same thing, but I'll explain it to you further. All right.
He was married. Miss Kitty knew that he was married. Miss Kitty knew that she was the side chick. The wife had suspicion. And I know the
truth is, most of us start out as side chick. That don't mean it right. That don't make it right. But truth is, many of us at some point in time was a side chick. Many of us started out in the side chick position, playing the side chick role. In most cases, though, maybe the man was not married. But even though we did, I did, and that does not make it right. Okay?
But the wife's name, she's a prominent attorney also. Well be known in the street. Everybody know them as a couple, a power couple them call it. He is a King's Counsel top lawyer too. She confronted him in the night. Conversation, she knew exactly who it was. Conversations were exchanged between she and the side chick, exactly who me I talk about. He would deny. She's a lawyer, so therefore she has investigative powers. On top of suspicion, facts, messages,
So he's talking about the first wife, that she's a lawyer, so she'd have the certain things available to her where she could investigate and she could check out stuff and she could get information. So she did her due diligence and she knew that the person her husband was seen would have been Miss Kitty. Obviously that's what he's saying. This is not what I'm saying. This is what the person in the video is saying.
It's not videos. So therefore she catch him in the act. Once she realized that yes, this is indeed the facts, the evidence, she decided that she is going to leave. So she left because there was infidelity in the marriage caused by Miss Kitty. Now, based on what you people are trying to make me know is that the man divorced, so therefore it is fair game, fair play. True, if that was a fact. However, he got divorced because of Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty was what you call a homewrecker.
Not my words, the person in the video's words. Not my words. We're playing this video. It comes from Jamaican dancehall source. He spoke very convincingly. He spoke as if he knew things that we didn't know. He spoke with certain surety. And I'm just playing it so then we can talk. Make sure you listen. We have maybe 7 minutes to go. That's not too long. Let's listen. Share the live in the meantime.
Are you okay with that? Is it okay for all of you Sketelina-ish characteristics that are always defending wrong? If somebody come in your life, take away your husband, or even a man them with the sissified tendency, if somebody take away your woman and then marry them, and then you there by yourself with kids, is it okay with you? So why is it that you're defending this person that you know absolutely nothing about? And it is not as if sometimes you don't know, but here you know. So to that, make people leave them life, leave Kitty alone. Do you understand what
I don't think people said to leave her alone just to leave her alone. I think people would say to leave anybody alone. Live and let's live, not just her. And yes, she's popular, and yes, she's admired, yes, she's respected, and yes, she's loved by many people. Because I, for one, I genuinely admire her. I said it more than once. I normally post stuff for her on my page. And I said it before when persons thought I had an issue, which I didn't, and I still don't. And I mean, people always say stuff like that, but something about this just seems like, whoa. Anyway, let's listen.
blogging is? It is not traditional media. It is not traditional journalism, but it is investigation. It is exposing news that is out there, relevant information. Once you are a public figure, it is fair play. Which part of that on a knuckle skull or knucklehead no understand? Blogging is about opinions, giving your opinion, being opinionated or opinionative, whichever is the proper content.
I mean, blogging is about your opinion and your views, as long as you are not leveling allegations that could be defamatory or slanderous, anything that is of a libelous nature. In blogging, you do have the right to say what you think and feel based on free speech and all kind of things, as long as you're not leveling any false allegations. I can't back anything in this video because I don't know anything about the lady. I will never accuse her of anything that I can't verify. I'm just playing this because I want to make a point.
So therefore, I am giving my opinion on a current event that is out there. It just happens to be Miss Kitty is a hot topic. That is what persons are interested in. So therefore, you know, want me do my job. What you want me do? Just press record, leave it a cappella, and talk women don't know, talk lies. Don't give you facts. I am giving you facts. Miss Kitty is a lawyer. The husband is a lawyer. So therefore, if them have a problem with me defaming their character, them know exactly what to do. However, what...
That right there, Bam Bam, that statement got me. That statement right there. That statement that man just made, meaning he's aware, he's conscious, he's fully aware of what could be the repercussion, the fallout, the reaction, or what I call it now, the consequences of his actions. That right there got me thinking. He said the man is a KC. For those of you who may not know what is a KC, it is a King's Council. Before the demise of the Queen, it used to be QC, meaning Queen's Council. Once the Queen passed and a king was in place, it is now KC. It means that in a country that is governed with, I think, like a governor general, any country that has a governor general has a KC, to the best of my knowledge. Every country that have a governor general have KC. All lawyers are not KCs. All lawyers are not KC. If you work in the DPP office, I think most of those persons will get or if you're attorney general or anything like that, certain position comes with it automatically because you speak on behalf of the GG and you represent him. Put him money where him out there. Me not lie, that me see happen a while ago, bam bam. He did put his money where his mouth is. And when you're a KC, you're held to a higher standard. First of all, your charge out rate is higher. So when a lawyer that is of a lesser standing will charge, let's say 100,000 for a case, for you to get a KC, the KC may charge 250,000. So yes, there's a lot of prestige that go with being a KC. A whole lot of power and prestige comes with it. You will normally see them at the Privy Council. They will always be the one who comes up in appeal because they are more, well, quote unquote, presumably they should be more learned. They should be more versed on the law. Their character integrity should be above any form of reproach because they speak or there's some form of representation for the crown. But that man did say something a while ago. The fact that both persons are a lawyer and the fact that one is a KC, it is very telling that he is not afraid. He is brave, and KCs are not members of the Privy Council. KC is a lawyer that lives in one of those Caribbean islands that is governed by a governor general. You can apply to become a KC, or you can be appointed. The government can give it to you. They can make recommendation based on your years of standing practicing, and they can recommend it, and they will do it. Political parties from time to time make recommendation to the governor general, whatever, and they will sanction it. Or you can even apply, but if you apply, I think you'd have to pay a couple of $1,000, and I think there are some exams that may be included. Don't hold me to everything I just said, but I think it's something sounding like that. Hey, Chocolate Beautiful, what's up, honey?
I do know is the truth. You can defend some lie, but you can't have any sorts of defense against the truth. So therefore, all them have to do, keep their mouth and quiet. Now that the cat or the puss is out of the bag. So I did a part 2 and I told you that, listen, this lady, we used to talk as if she is holier than thou, that used to talk as if this can never happen to me. Me now make that happen. This never happened to me yet. It is not as if she spoke as if this is my experience. I am talking to people so that they know and don't make the same mistakes that I've made. I am saying it is hypocritical. So the people that you put on a pedestal and the people that you keep in high regards because you think that they are morally and ethically, yes, she has changed. Yes, everybody gets a chance to redeem themselves. However, the facts are still out there that, yes, this is hypocritical. Like me say, uptown, and she's not actually an uptown. However, she have that uptown characteristics. So therefore, it makes her uptown Sketelina-ish.
Is that a word? Ketelina-ish. Is that a word? Is this coming from a pure place? Well, she was talking. It's just that we never knew it was. What do you mean by that, sweetheart?
So people, like me say, these are all facts that people like for know. There are stories out there. However, this is facts. Everything when I tell you from the video that I did yesterday, yes, she was dating a man that was on Jamaica's
And what? She is no less of a person, still I value. We're gonna play out the video and then I'm gonna say what I have
wanted
to say.
him named
'Cause I have
Bruno.
my
He
personal
is
opinions.
presently locked up for takeaway. Him upon a life sentence, so therefore he is never going to see the light of day. She was hiding him in a.
I wonder if this man know what he's saying. I really have to think that he's clear in his head, because he spoke very clearly. He sounded lucid enough to me. But these are some strong statements. These are some. Bam Bam, you don't find these statements strong? I don't even know if I want to call them allegations.
House with the mother and the father. And yesterday I said the father is a popo and the mother is a teacher. That is all the defense that people have. No, she was not a teacher. She was a nurse. So therefore, as some know say a lie. That is called nitpicking people. If you know the job I used to do before me start blog, you don't keep by your ass mouth.
Backside.
It is not as if me just...
Let me sincerely apologize for that, right? But it's in the video.
Pull things out of thin air. And remember, me tell you yesterday too, she was sending food to this man after him get locked up. Him did there Huntsby police station for be specific. She has sent food to him after him get locked up after.
What does this part of it has to do with her getting married though? This little part, does this tiny bit of part right here? I don't know if that really affects the price of rice. I don't know, I'm just saying.
Used to BEAT her left, right, and center. So therefore, she never learned. So if she give advice, make the other people them learn the hard way too. Like me I say, if you come straight or don't come at all. If you come and say, listen, based on my experience, I've been through this, I used to be this. But don't act as if you are holier or you were holier than thou from point one until now. Yes, she has changed, and yes, she's morally and ethically correct right now, and yes, she's very ambitious, but this is not about ambition. This is about her hypocrisy, the image that she puts out there and the image that was not her at the start. Maybe it is her now, and yes, we would applaud her for what she has become and because of what she went through. However, state the story straight. Now there's a saying that goes something like this: chicken Mary, hark the near. So all this excitement that you see Miss Kitty has, it was replayed in this man's life.
How that line sound to you guys? That line right there. Chicken Mary arc the near. How it sound to you guys? Do you know what is the meaning of it? Wouldn't we have known this before? I didn't know any of this before, Brenda. If you knew, kudos. I didn't know. Ingrid, did you know? Ras, did you know? Mavis Mac Parker, did you know? Bam Bam, did you know? I didn't know. Bless One, did you know? I didn't know. I didn't know none of this.
At least 2 to 3 times before. And what you think happened? This man is a man that you call a SERIAL, married man. As soon as him get one wife, him find a next one. Him left that one there for the next one. So pretty much Miss Kitty is now the last leg of the tour. Not going to say that the tour cannot end right here, but it is the same thing that might happen to Miss Kitty that happened at least twice, maybe 3 times before. So there's a thing that is called karma, and the fact.
Nadine Jackson, you're saying you knew that she, allegedly, according to what this man is saying, you're saying you knew her to be a side chick? You're saying, Nadine Jackson, you're saying you knew Miss Kitty dated some man that was entangled with the law that is in prison? You knew that? You knew that she's a home wrecker? You knew that? Maybe I live under a rock, but I never know any of this. All of this is new to me.
Fact that of how you get this man, it is alleged that you was a home wrecker based on information, fact you were. So people out there are saying, leave Miss Kitty alone. It is because it is the same.
You know that, Nadine? Oh, what is this at all? Jennifer Davis, you know anything about this? Mark Parker said he never know. I don't. It's not a matter of new. No, me no know. Me never know. I me still no know. I never know. I never heard. I didn't know. Honestly, what I know the man, you know the one that come out about the baby and with the baby clothes, like the fat dark one where they talk about the food. I know of him. And I kind of just throw his thing in the bin as garbage. Let the woman be. Because I honestly believe she ought to, be given a chance to, enjoy her moments. Honestly, that's my views. But I didn't know all of this.
Type of characteristics that you have coming from a place where 70% of the people in a Jamaica are jacket, only have the same sorts of characteristics, low level of morals and ethics. So therefore, she is on the same agenda that you are on. But what about the people that value family and structure? Women that are out there with them husband and feel like, say, all right, we are take care of our picnic, we are do the right thing, we are living a wholesome life. These are the people that are complaining, and that is what you don't understand. Some of you women that are out there, just a F-U-C-K way, people man, and a S-U-C-K way, people man. Una just some sketelina, that's all it is. And I am not the type of person who bash any sorts of people. But me just say, if I that and kiba on a mouth, don't go out there like Miss Kitty and act like you are holier than thou. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how you.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Ain't that something?
Gives us right directives.
Come here. No, wait, me I go talk. No, give me a minute, let me catch my beer and then me I go talk now. Wait little, I forgot talk. No. Sir, I hope if you happen to see that I use your video, you know it was just in context to get my point out here. I'm not discrediting your story, nor am I advancing the position. I played the video because when I heard it this morning, we know ex-wife too. I used to work in the law office. What? Zana, what's up? Jesus, what is this? Ingrid, Mac, I see your comment. TT Pastor, I see you. So, all right, let's get into it. Hey, Sonny, let's get into it. YouTube, Facebook. I, Valine, personally have nothing against Miss Kitty. Absolutely nothing. Contrary to maybe what some people would have thought, I don't have anything against her. No, I hear what the man said, and I'm going to speak my truth. My truth, my truth, my truth. Some of you will like it, some of you won't. It doesn't matter to me. All right? This is my platform, and I have a right to voice my opinion and say things the way I feel or the way I see them. Now, Miss Kitty would have from time to time said some things that rub men the wrong way. Healing souls, blessings, darling. Miss Kitty from time to time would have said some very, very hurtful things where men are concerned. I don't know if she being a comedian, she used court very unhappy. I don't know what that is. She used court very unhappy. I don't know what that is. Write it again, sweetie. I can't figure out what you're telling me. No, I remember when she spoke about something with husband treatment, boyfriend treatment, like man fi eat out of file paper and paper plate and something. The fact that she now go get up and wash and cook for somebody that she's not married to. And I knew that thing had rubbed a lot of men the wrong way. Right? I knew it had rubbed a lot of men the wrong way. Really, really rubbed them the wrong way. I remember when she spoke about if somebody wants to carry her out, they must have X amount of money and something and work for whatever. And that again had rubbed men the wrong way. So, whether it is in a playful, comedic way, she did said some things that was very distasteful where men are concerned. And for some men, they could consider that she has belittled them. Especially a man that don't have complex, low self-esteem, and she being such a dominant, strong, loud-mouthed female, she could cause him to wilt. She could. So I know that maybe men are not very warm and fuzzy towards Miss Kitty. But on the contrary, women likes her. Women love her. Because for most of the women, she used to come to very unhappy. The ex-wife used to come to court very unhappy. But a lot of women felt she spoke our language and we like what she was saying because she bust it up for we. She said what we want to say, but afraid to say. She said what we are think, but she not just a think it, she has spit it. So everybody did la 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 la, fluffy diva, fluffy to the world, and Miss Kitty, Miss Kitty, Miss Kitty, all the way the bells and the whistle that come with Miss Kitty. What you agreed, Miss Kitty, to TT Pastor, what you agree with? The fact that the thing she said may have caused hurt to men, the fact that you're a mother of a son, and the thing she said could have hurt your son, is that what you're in agreement with, TT? But here we are. We have us women, and I say us, and if you know what the word us means, it's a language of inclusion. So when you hear somebody say we and us, some of us female, meaning myself included, sometimes we agreed what she says. Now, who is in this chat for me? I'm not seeing Angela. I'm not seeing none of my people them tonight, you know. All right. So, the bottom line as it stands, some people may not be able to agree with her on everything. Some people may not like her. I know women that don't like her. They think she's loud and rowdy. I know people who genuinely love her. I have a family member that admire her and love her. I admire her. I admire her determination, her tenacity, her ambition. Every woman not the same. Everybody don't speak softly. I don't think on a day-to-day basis in setting and spaces she's loud. I think that's just her persona, her stage presence. So everybody have a character. Right? And now Savannah say your mama, your mom. What does that even mean? Savannah, write another comment. Let me see what you're trying to say. Come here, Savannah. Savannah, you say your mom. Write a full comment, a full English sentence that I can read it. Let me see what you're trying to say. Now, like I heard, not me. I don't like Kitty from morning. Don't like how she disrespect, yet still she want us. Lord Jesus. Okay, so I'm gonna run into what I really want to say. Marriage is very serious commitment. Sometimes who you really want to be with, you end up married to. Okay. Sometimes who you really want to be with. I agree to the fact that she will not get up and cook, wash, and so forth if the man don't marry her. All right, that's the least. We all have different personalities. All right, personalities. So this is what I'm saying. When come out and this your daughter, that was not right. That's trivial stuff for me right there, Nadine, because I didn't even see the relevance of it. I just didn't even. First of all, I didn't even know it was with the kid. I honestly didn't know. I didn't know. And when I found out, I was like, oh, yeah, right. And I just threw water on that and kept it moving. But that statement that she made about boyfriend and husband treatment is true. Now remember, every husband starts at a boyfriend, in my views. Every husband starts being a dating thing, a boyfriend. So for me to make a man feel like I'm worthy to wear his ring, I think I'd have to show him in the beginning that I can be a good woman to him, right? So I don't think I just get up and meet a man. Me now after him like a breakfast, me wouldn't wash out one clothes scene, me wouldn't press out something for him, me wouldn't go the extra mile, me wouldn't do this, me wouldn't do that. Me I'd give him lazy, lame, and him I go say, oh no, I'm married to that woman. He wouldn't see any qualities in me to want to marry. I don't think he wouldn't see any in you. And that is why I'm saying I don't take what Miss Kitty said personally. I think it's just the persona. It's the comedic side of Miss Kitty she was putting out. Hey, John. It's the comedic side of her. It's just her stage, or whatever, the alter ego, whatever you call that portion of her. And I don't take an offense to it, but I know that when she spoke, a lot of men felt disrespected and felt belittled. Thank you, Brenda. And felt belittled. But we're going to have this conversation now. Miss Kitty, maybe, as people would normally say, and this is not my personal view, Miss Kitty maybe hype according to people. I think she's colorful. She has a very colorful personality, a very bubbly, vibrant, aggressive, vivacious kind of blunt kind of, and personality types like that could easily offend persons. Bless girl too. Could easily offend Marie. Could easily offend persons. Yeah? But at the same time, I don't see it fitting with everybody wants to walk back down memory lane for her to pull everything to come now to dump it on her head. Now, I understand what the man was saying in the video, because in the video, like he's basically trying to say it's like a double standard. The very same things you said you wouldn't accept, you were accepting. I think that's what he tried to say, right, Nadine? That's what you get from it, Nadine? Bam Bam, that's what you kind of hear in the video. Like you come out here and go on like holier than thou. Remember in the video, the man specifically used the word the poster child of morality. You can recall that? The poster child. Hey, Yolanda. Right. So I feel like in his mind, there was this time when this lady used to speak like there's certain moral values, and like she was at a place where she wouldn't do this, she wouldn't do that. She knew right from wrong. She knew that you're not supposed to shack up. She knew, say, marriage is the ordinance, it's the, all of that stuff. Yes, sometimes we know the right thing, say the right thing, but maybe not in a position to do the right thing at the time. Nonetheless, it should not be discounted, but he's not cutting her any slack. Now, I'm going to say this, right? I know that there's a lot of men out there that would not favor her because of the statements she has made. I think some of the statements was little frivolous, maybe a little impulsive, I don't know. And maybe it's just, as I say, her persona. Maybe it's not the Kadeen, but maybe it's the Miss Kitty, because I'm sure we know Kadeen and Miss Kitty aren't the same. Miss Kitty is a presence, a character, a persona, image, and Kadeen is a person. Maybe walks around barefoot, PJs, no hair, no makeup, eat cereal, watch cartoon, read books, and laugh. Maybe her hobbies is cooking, sewing, taking a stroll on the beach, watching the sunset. Maybe that could be Kadeen. But the Miss Kitty we know is this vivacious, bubbly, colorful, rambunctious type of, that kind of effervescent personality. And I think sometimes we kind of mix the two. We don't know where one stops and where the other starts. Yeah? I think sometimes we can't differentiate. Because the actor on the screen is not the person at home. The actor on the screen is not the person at home. Because I'm sure, hey Faye, what's up? I'm sure that she would have made meals for her partner before being married. I'm sure of that. I'm sure she'd have done nice little things for him before being married. So I just think sometimes a character playing a role, a persona or whatever, can be mistaken for the person itself. And like, now let me go and dig deep here. From what we're hearing, and I can't verify anything, your daughter said she wouldn't take advice from her. But to each his own. I mean, you could take a thing or two from what she has said. I've heard her said things that I completely agree with. I've heard her give good advice before. And I'm not going to discount her and discredit her just because it seems, no. Because it's someone that I really, honestly admire determination, her tenacity, her drive, her ambition when it comes to her ambition and drive when it comes to higher learning, and even her compassionate nature of helping other persons to achieve tertiary level education. So I really will not say one negative word about her. And as a female, I don't think it would be fitting. But let me say this. If it is a fact, that she got involved in a triangular situation whereby she had gotten involved in a marriage, let me say it without even blinking. It was wrong. Very wrong. And it's not something that we should try to justify. I've been in similar situation. It was wrong. And it's not something that I should seek to justify. So before I run with things, I want to make sure I listen good. Now, I understand some people is going to use that as a beating stick for her. But this is where we're going to have to, and some of you going to say, left the woman, make the woman live on a chat too much. All of we talk too much. Ingrid McMahon can't beat her so. I beat her so hard. I'm going to say this. If she did get involved in a family, especially a family with young children, and disturb the flow, as a learned person and someone who spoke from some moralistic position, maybe we could say maybe she should have known better. But I'm not going to beat her. I'm going to tell you why. She's not the first and she's not the last female that is known, that is a public figure, that some people may call influencers. What would make you still be a virgin, TT? So, or some people say celebrity, or, known persons. I understand that her stance from time to time could have been very strong, could have been considered insultive. People beat her a lot for her choice of words because she commands the language very well. She has a good grip, a good command on the English language. She's very articulate, and I think that in itself may have rubbed some people the wrong way, may have been a little bit intimidating for some, even women, believing she always used words, big words, because I see the comments and there was a lot of that, but she always come and use big word. You use word based on your level. If you're a tier 1 person, meaning your education level is primary school, you're going to speak primary terms. If you got up to secondary school, which some people call high school, you will use the tier 2 words. But if you get up to tier 3, which is tertiary, you're going to use the tertiary level words, which is the tier 3 words. John C. All right, so I don't have a problem with the words she used. I think what some of us women should do is hear the words, scribble them down, go look what they mean, put them in your vocabulary so you can utilize them down the road instead of bashing her for using vocabulary of a certain level. I wouldn't necessarily believe that's a thing to be bashing her for. She has paid for education. She has the tertiary education. Tertiary education come with a different level of language, and that is why sometimes y'all hear people say, oh, I don't like Lady V, she speak is spooky. Oh, I don't like Lady V because she use a lot of big word too, she know big word. It's because I have tertiary education. If I didn't have tertiary education, I'd have to speak the other words. So don't go beat people for what they have accomplished or achieved, And in case of Miss Kitty, she achieved that latter level of education late. So people like those, you give them credit, man. Now let me go ahead and say this. I know a lot of you may think I don't like that woman, but you're far from it, because I don't have a reason to hate that woman. I don't get into squabble. I don't get into stupidness on social media. I have too much to live for to get myself mixed up and boiled down in bickering on social media, especially stuff that are nonsensical and is non-beneficial to me. So here we are. I'm going to say, if it is that she got involved with a married man, she would not, that does not make it right. She would not be the first, she would not be the last. I find that it's always the woman's fault. It is always the woman's fault. Every time there's a triangular relationship, the woman is blamed. You are a home wrecker. And this video with this gentleman is not the first video that I've said it. But remember, barring Miss Kitty, this is the language we are hearing all the times, everywhere. You are a home wrecker. So I need to ask a couple questions, just for clarity's sake, right, YouTube? Why women always get the blame? Why is always us that gets the blame? Why is always us that have to wear the big boots? Why every time there's a triangular situation, a woman needs to take the blame? Is it that we're saying men are minors? Are we saying, YouTube, are we saying men are minors and that they're incapable of making informed, sound decisions for themselves and families? Is that what we're saying? I'm just asking. Facebook, is that what we're saying? Are men adults too? Are men adults? Are they of consent age? Do they know where they live? Do they know what they want? Are you telling me that a man that would have gone through tertiary level education to the point that he could reach the level of being a KC, have no compass for himself, can't think for himself, not able to articulate for himself, not knowing the difference between good, bad, right, wrong, fair and unfair, not knowing where his art lies and with whom? So we are going to go and beat Miss Kitty now, ain't it? Because she going to some married people something, ain't it? Let's call a spade a spade. Getting involved in married people business is wrong. I did it. It's wrong. So this ain't no bashing Miss Kitty thing here. Make sure to get this clean. This ain't no bashing Miss Kitty thing. But the point, it is wrong. And I will never sugarcoat it and say, well, there's no well in this. But so many of us are as equally guilty as she is. So many of us. And that is if she was involved at that time. But I don't like the fact that we always seems to want to blame the women, to say it's your fault. Who would owe their partner loyalty? Would I owe a man's wife loyalty? Would Miss Kitty owe a man's wife loyalty? Who owes fidelity to their spouse? Not the person who is married to the person. How comes Brenda and Joan and Ingrid and Darnell now suddenly owes loyalty to someone that you're not married to. Huh? I don't get it. Oh, Jean, oh, Evelyn, oh, TT, oh, Bam Bam, oh, blessed girl. Come to owe fidelity to a person that you never made a vow to honor, to love, till death, sickness, health. How are we asking persons who had no vows with us to honor our vows? How can I ask John C. to honor my marital vows? He wasn't a part of the marriage. So how am I going to ask him? How am I going to say Julia Robinson expect me and Evelyn to honor her union? Were we a part of this union? Did we make any vows? Eh? So what are you asking us to do? What the hell you asking people to do? Ain't the man who married to me supposed to honor me? Ain't the man that married me owes me loyalty? Ain't the man that can me go before pastor, before courthouse, or before some part back one place and him give me fidelity? Y'all never seems to call out these men. You all never seem to want to call out the men who are the ones that opens the door and let in spirits. You all never want to call. You all never want to call out the men who open cracks and crevices and door and let in all kind of spirit. You'll never want to call out the wandering eyes men who can never be satisfied. You could be the best wife. You could go on your eyelash. You could go on your head top. You could go on your nose. You could catch on one shoulder. You could do lizard lap, wherever you call it, wheelbarrow, bicycle, wherever, whatever. You could have cooked 3 meals a day. You could have run his bath water. You could have washing clothes with a blue cake soap and put them in a bag like biscuits in a boiling sun and use blue. You could have used the starch where you make with cassava. Listen to me. Don't listen to me, man. Me don't ever because something personal to me why I'm so touchy on it. But I know for a fact that we always blaming the woman. What about the men who go out there? Think about it. I see Shay with a man. Can I just walk up to Shay's man and start giving him some lyrics and him just decide say him nobody want Shay? Joan have a man. Can I walk into Joan's relationship and start saying a few things and Joan's partner decide, well, I'm going with V? You're going to do that one day tonight, Julia? Lord Jesus, Julia. Julia, you can't behave yourself. Julia, behave yourself, no? Right? We need to stop this thing where, your home wrecker. If that's the case, as you said, Michelle, I don't mean it say it. But what I'm saying, we have to stop this thing. Women are home wrecker, women are home wrecker, women are home wrecker. I don't see nobody wielding a hammer. I don't see nobody with a pickaxe. I don't see nobody with a sledgehammer out there. I beat down nothing. Men needs to value their vows. Men needs to value their wives. Men need to honor their wives. Men need to remember the vows they took. Remember what they saw in that wife. That they said, I could live with you forever. When you start running around with your little head and make your little head rule you, then you make society talk about women are home wrecker. Women can only wreck your home if you let them. We love to say, oh, she take my husband. Nobody take your husband. Nobody not take your husband. Nobody takes your husband, honey. Your husband went. Who took your husband? Your husband is 6. He goes to preschool. Did someone pull up there? Some cougar pull up there and pick him up and take him home, lock him down in the basement? Ain't your husband drive? Ain't your husband know where he live? Ain't he know his yard? Ain't he know his one wife? When he start to put his hands on another female body, ain't he know so she smell different? Her skin texture is different. Her kiss tastes different. Ain't he know? Sometimes the kind of wife when they start to portray to you so they have, you start to feel sorry for the man, ain't it? Ain't he tell you your wife wicked? Ain't he tell you your wife no cook? Ain't he tell you how your wife is just this and that and the wife is 7, 11 and a third? And then you start to push him out in the people business where you don't know nothing about and say, what kind of idiot man that? If you say if I admit it of you, no sir. You know one, hey, you see me wake up 5 o'clock in the morning and I do cornmeal porridge, I do green banana, ackee and saltfish, and I make carrot juice. Share the life, please. When him start to tell you, oh, your wife wicked, and oh, you know me not sleeping in the same room with her, and me just there for the kids, you know. Cause you them all do exam next year. Me don't want to trouble their head, you know. So if anything like that, not I go disturb them. Me don't want to disturb their education. Me just did it for the kids. But you see, as soon as they come out of primary school and go to high school, me I left. They pick them all a graduate high school and you still did a year, say I left and then I left. He tell you how the wife nasty. He tell you how the wife can't cook. He tell you everything about the wife when I like. But he still not left her. He not like so much things about her, but he's still with her. She's so awful. She's so evil. She's so disgusting and despicable based on his version of her to you. But him still not left her. Should I preach or should I stop? 142. Should I preach or should I stop? Shanique? Diane? Should I preach or should I stop? No. I know because we in the diaspora, the little Jamaican diaspora as is, and all of us that blog in this little diaspora blogging, we blog about each other. The one they talk about me say something about the one this is something about me, the one this is something, the one this. But let's spread this a little further afield. She wouldn't have been the first person who got caught up in the triangular relationship. And I don't hear a lot of people talk. It's recently me hear them talk about Gabrielle Union. So I'm like to run down a few names here today because we're going to talk. Who know Julia Roberts, Pretty Woman? Robert De Niro. So the man, no, Richard Gere. That come in the movie, Pretty Woman, Julia Roberts. She write novels too, ain't it? Wasn't she a mistress? Didn't she get involved in extramarital affair? Come. Julia Roberts that had married with Daniel. Want to know about that? Come here. What about Amber and Johnny Depp? What about Jennifer Lopez and Mark Anthony? What about Kim and Kanye? Remember Kim did marry to some some athlete, you know, I don't remember whether one the name right now, but Kim did marry to some athlete person. It never lasts very long. What about Megan and Machine Gun Kelly? What about that? Y'all don't remember those things? How much do y'all read? What about the big bad president wanted to have wedding? And Marla. Me hear it come out in a court case last week or this week. Me I read something about in court case, and when them a question him as to the timing of his marriage to one wife and the other wife, there was an overlap, and the man said him don't remember them type of thing there. Somebody say Reggie. I never know who that. Oh, I know who named Reggie now. What about Leanne Rhymes? What about Alicia Keys and Swiss Beat? What I have to say? Look, Punch, what the man pan the singing show name? The show where damn. What the boy from Dalton Harris. What the show where Dalton Harris did that pan? Them kind of show there. What about that man? When him Blake? What about that man? Twice. Him in that something. Remember him there with Miranda and then Gwen Stefani. You come here. Come here. I could go high. What, you remember Britney Spears? One didn't know about Britney Spears. Who don't know about Elizabeth Taylor? Everybody know Elizabeth Taylor because you don't know perfume, don't it? Everybody know Red Door and all kind of perfume, ain't it? Come, I could talk Elizabeth Taylor. What want to say, Badora? But let's get down to the big one here. Anybody know Camilla? Anybody know Camilla? Do you all know the king's wife? Camilla. Weren't she involved with Prince Charles and Prince Diana? What about Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie? What happened to that? I remember Angelina did marry to Billy Bob too. Wanna forget? Y'all read? Alright. So let's get down to the meat of the matter, because I never plan to stay long tonight. If Miss Kitty got involved in the marriage, I will say it without no form of water in my mouth. It was wrong. Just like when I got involved with a married man. It was wrong. We will not make any excuse to these things. We're not going to butter it up. We're not going to shave it down. We're not going to dress it up. We're not going to find a word for excuse throw away and say, well, you know, I think once it was established that the man was married, we should have drifted in a different direction. But 142 are you here? I'm sure at least 40 are you. Can say you had some encounters similar. Even if the person was married, they was in a committed relationship and you got involved in it knowingly. Some of we want to say woman better woman, may the best woman win. That's why some of we put in so much and we go overboard, hoping that he will choose us. Some people can't relate, you know, Jennifer. Remember only me and you know, only me and you and Miss Kitty alone. No, live right. But every other one of these women here lived right. Yeah, you understand, right? But me can't hide from man, me can't hide from God. And since me can't hide from God, me not hide from nobody else. So this is the bottom line that I want to say. It may not be right. I don't know, may not. It is not right. But can we not rain on her parade? Yes, I know she rained on some other people's parade based on what y'all say. Yes, I know she said things, hey Tika, that hurt a lot of you. I know she said things that really caused people to feel some type of way. I know sometimes I think she speaks out of turn, and I'm being frank. I know sometimes the choice of words and the decibel at which it but listen to me, man. She deserves the moments. Most women dream is to be somebody's wife. She is somebody's wife. Most women dream is to be a mother. She is on her way to becoming a mother. She's an expecting mother. She's not perfect. You're not perfect. Tika not perfect. Ras not perfect. Brenda not perfect. Jennifer not perfect. Mark Parker not perfect. Janice not perfect. Valley not perfect. Chocolate not perfect. Irvalyn not perfect. Joan Davis not perfect. Julia Roberts not perfect. Celine Wilson not perfect. TT not perfect. None of us perfect. We were once young. We were once wild. We were once giddy. We were once free. A lot of us stepped over the line. Cindy Brick Spear. I never remember Bob Marley and Rita. That's where them children come from. Them light-skinned children. So let us try to look at a thing and say, okay, she's in her season where she's a newlywed, so she in the marital bliss. Let her enjoy the bliss. She's an expectant mother. Let her enjoy all the little glories and the little highs of motherhood. Whether it is just to do our photo shoot with our belly in our hand, whether it's just to see how her body takes on shape, and whether it's just that she finally feel like she's a woman. Remember, people curse her night and day about the fact that she couldn't have children. She was one of the women that was most insulted based on people's perception or presumption of she being infertile. I'm sure she being pregnant is like in your face moment. You know, see they take that. You don't have to like someone to wish them well. I genuinely do not have any dislike for her. I would just wish if we just let her do her thing and we do our thing. Because truth is, sin is sin. 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Maybe she sin east, west, and we sin north, south. But at the end of the day, there's sin. Maybe she held certain line and made it seem like she stood for things that she didn't. You and I may have held certain lines and made it seem like we stood for things that we didn't. And this is not bashing the man's in his video, because that man's video was not merely just his opinion from what he said in the video. Some of these things he spoke them definitively, convincingly, meaning he seems to know more than what we, the average vlogger, knows. When he said she's a lawyer, the husband is a KC, if they think he's saying something, come at him. That spoke volumes. He spoke to things that I never knew of, things that you didn't know of. But what I'm gonna say, a man that wants to be kept, a creator, a man that wants to be kept cannot be taken. A man that wants to, oh, congratulations against creator. I did tell you before, but I'm saying it again because you're here. A man that wants to be kept cannot be taken. A man that wants to be kept cannot be stolen. A man who is committed to his union cannot be removed from his union. Is it that you're going to tell me that she bewitched him? Did she bewitch him? Get me to understand this. Did she bewitched him? A man that respects his wife respects his wife. A man that is devoted and committed to his wife will not get in compromising position with another female. Just like you can start the hugging, the kissing, the petting, the every breathing, the caressing, and then something click. You said, no man, me can't do this to him. No, me can't do that to her. It's a man's duty to protect his marriage. It's his marriage. Not a woman's duty to protect his marriage. It's not the other woman's duty to be loyal to his wife. Yes, from a place of decency. From a place of straightening your sister crown. We shouldn't get involved with them. But the onus is really on him to protect his marriage and to protect his union and to stay loyal to his wife. He owes his wife loyalty, honesty, and fidelity, not the woman outside. Many times men get involved with married women too. Many times men get involved with married women too. I don't hear none of you calling them homewrecker. Lots of men date married women. Lots of men are dating married women. Lots of men are in full-time relationship with married women, with family. I don't hear you calling them home wreckers. I don't hear you beating any drum for them to say they ought to know better and they should not have got involved in that. Small children in there, and what goes around comes around, and the 7 years across is going to come down, and the third and the third and the fourth and the fifth and the gears. I don't hear y'all saying that. Y'all making it seem like only women can be destructive. Y'all make it seem like only women gets involved in triangular relationship and bring destruction. A man who wants to be kept will be kept. A man who wants to be kept, who wants to be faithful, will be kept and will remain faithful. Hey, Angela. I don't know too much about the what she say, how she shape, how she mold. It is not her responsibility to shape or mold anything or anyone. It's the responsibility of the parents or the guardian. I mean, it takes a village, I agree. But I don't think the weight should be placed on her shoulder of she shaping and molding a young woman. Because I don't even think that's her chosen field. So we could even put that on her either. But the point that I'm making here, Ross, is men have a duty to protect their unions and to be faithful and loyal to their wives. They owe their wives loyalty and fidelity, not some women by the wayside. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Yeah? Now, I understand some of you up in your feelings because of, little things that she said here and there. It rubs you the wrong way because I guess you're thin skin. I guess she come out and she said, man, feed out a paper plate and you getting on the feelings. If you don't know, say, no woman now feed out a paper plate, you not take on what she said for. You know what I mean? She come and she said some other little some, little thing that, for me, would I call him nonsensical or comedic or I don't had no weight to it because I don't think it was meant in any sense of the word meant. But I don't see the reason why so many persons are hating on her. I don't get it. Why are so many people hating on her though? And why her marriage and her pregnancy is a concern for you? Do you even know her? How does she affect or influence your life? On a day-to-day, what level of interaction do you have with her? How her life impact yours on a day-to-day? How? Are you a person that she thinks about at any given time in the day? Do you think for a split second you cross her mind on a given day? You think any of the decisions she's making is made with you in mind? You think when she gets up in the morning and she prays, she include you? I'm just asking, curious. If there's a disaster in a country where you live, you think when she hears about it, the first person in that country that comes to her mind is you? Well, if you're one of those persons, then take it upon your back. But the fact we have to face is many people have strong feelings towards, and that's the root of the problem. They can't face the reality that she is rather than searching for straws. When you say strong feelings, you mean in a negative? Because strong feelings could be considered positive strong feelings and negative strong feelings. Just saying, creator. I know you know. Maybe I just want clarity. So let's just say, let her enjoy her moment. Let her enjoy the bliss. Well, if I have to have a man that me thinking my feet out a paper plate, I don't need to have him around me at all. It means he's not the person for me. The fact that I think I need to, take him to the doghouse. Both. All right. So that's exactly what I thought, create. But let me say this, guys. Please give her a moment and let her enjoy her moment. I don't think she's worried about what people are saying. I think she has grown thick-skinned by now. But when you're pregnant, it's not a time for you to be unhappy. And it's not a time for you to be having a very high-stress life. And the strongest of us at times do feel bothered by words. I think she's a very strong person, and I hope she's stronger now. I think most of this will go like water on a duck's back, run off. But at the same time, let us give her the privilege of enjoying the bliss of being a newlywed and also expecting mom. I mean, if she has done wrong, God will do the avenging of the wrongs. If she brought pain and sorrow in the life of a sister, that will be handled by the Creator likewise. And I've yet to hear the other lady come out here to tear her down or to bash her. Don't know if I missed it, because just like all these information in this video, I didn't know. Other person saying they knew, I didn't know. But if that other lady can refrain from coming out here and tearing her down, which she would have been the one who was directly hurt, I think then we all can. Not that you're not entitled to your opinions, not that you can't voice them, not that I will be an advocate, not that I'll be coming back to do another video in relation to her or anything. But I heard the gentleman this morning, and he was very solid. He was very sound, to make no mess of that. He was very solid and very sound. And more than that, he spoke very convincingly. He spoke like he knew things. As he said, he wasn't picking things out of thin air. If you understand the language, Create can help you balance out on YouTube with this. When someone say you're just picking things out of tin here, it just mean like you're just throwing anything against the wall, whatever stick. You're not so sure. You just come up with theory. You just try to say something safe. But when someone said this is not something you pull out of thin here, it means it has merit. It means there's substance. It means there's some validity. Am I right, Create? No, not the X. No, all him know me discredit him. Fee him something rubbish. Me call it rubbish. Fee him something of no. But what can I say now? Hey, Zonet, let us remember that, we're all sinners. We sin, we come short of the glory of God. None of us are perfect people. Even those of us who speak and preach morals from time to time do fall. If you look at the members of the cloth, members of the clergy, they're always the one who's falling to infidelity. It is a sign that men are naturally weak, and it is a sign that most men is ruled by the little head and not the big head. So there are times when we will always see the breaking apart of family because of infidelity. The Bible speaks concerning the flesh. The flesh was always a thing from Jump Street, and the flesh will always be a thing. Some of us find a way how to put it under subjection, others don't. Some of us have full control over the flesh, others can't. Whatever it is, let us give her a moment to at least enjoy the marital bliss. Soon a baby will come, and when me and go party, a long time me and go party in a bugs. When me and go the next party, man, go take out the phone and bugs big of yourself. And soon the baby will come, and it will all be about the baby. So at least let us give her that. Let us give her that. Let her give her the space and the time to enjoy her new marriage and enjoy her little bundle of joy in the same time. Believe it or not, whatever sins she has committed is not for you, and it's not for me to judge. Whether you and I want to talk about it, it's really between her and God. And when you look at it, you're no better. I am no better a person than she is. We're all sinners, and we sin differently, right? We sin differently. And we may not always be able to agree on everything. It's not the hex. I know the channel. No. Not the X at all. I know the channel. Far from it. This man with the channel is way more credible than the X. By far. Way more credible than the X. By far. However, if you notice, he did say some strong things, but he still said, maybe she has changed, and if she has changed, that is good. That's my takeaway, the high point of the video. Even though he said some things that was a little hair hitching, he did say anybody could change, and that if she had changed, it was a good thing. So in totality, he was basically saying there's a double standard and some form of hypocrisy. when you come out, and basically what he was saying, he wasn't just bashing persons who have been in extramarital affairs. He was basically saying when you come out and be the poster child for morals, because in his mind, she used to have all these things saying, right? She used to have all, thank you, Sherry. She used to have all these things saying, and then here we are. You are like, the everyday person, but you tend to put yourself above them. And so I get where you're coming from, because the man, and most of her, little moments and little lines and slogans and skits went against them. I could see why they would, kind of be strong where she's concerned. So let's just give her a chance to enjoy her marriage. It's new, her husband, her quality time, enjoy her little bundle of joy. It's a new thing for her. I don't know how many of you women have ever been pregnant, and just the feeling of knowing that there's a life growing inside of you, lying down looking at your belly, seeing baby over here, seeing the little bottom cock up over there, feel like one foot punch out here. It's just a feeling that it's indescribable. And I'm happy that she is getting to experience such a moment, right? Francine, Robert, Lorna, Rena. I'm happy that she's getting to experience a moment like this. And believe it or not, what you all may not understand, being a wife and now looking to be a mother, you're going to see a new Miss Kitty. Yes, there will still be some portions that is just her stage presence, or but once you become a wife, your language change, especially when you're the wife of a high profile person. You kind of, you smooth out around the edges. If you're rough around the edges, once you become the wife of a very known high profile person, you carry yourself differently. One, you walk and talk differently. Two, because now when you speak, you not just speak for yourself, but you're speaking for your husband. When you speak, it is the whatever their last name is speaking, and not just now Miss Kitty. His colleague will be looking at her and saying, brother, I really don't, boy, me I tell you, me I tell you something. Or they will look at her being a strong woman behind a man that's successful. They will look at her as is equal, because yes, she would be his intellectual equal, maybe not experience, because he would have been a lawyer for maybe over 30 something years. She's a young lawyer, so based on that. But intellectual equal by having tertiary level education, which is tier 3. So, and when she have a baby, certain little things that she would say, she don't want her child come up now and start here. She has to say certain things that she had put out in the atmosphere. I'm sure if she could retract, she would retract. But those will stay. But I don't think she's going to add any fuel to the fire of saying certain things anymore. What you want to type? And I don't think she's gonna go, down certain path anymore, and certain kind of thing. Because when you don't have children, you're at liberty to say anything, and when you're not married. But once you become married, and you're married to a high-profile person, it colors your language, even your mode of dress, it colors. And when she becomes a mother, her language will change, because the very language that she will use at home in the presence of her child, it will automatically tones down the other language. And yes, even though she has a presence, which is read the personality and all of that, it will color it, because she will go out in public place with her child at 4 years old, and somebody just see her and say, and she can't block the child here. Child will hear things. The child is gonna go to school where people gonna say, oh, your mother did say, and oh, yo. When you become a wife, and more so when you become a mother, you mellow out. And I'm not saying she is, but if you were a little rough around the edges, you kind of shave down and more, come into. So let's not be as harsh. And because she would have said some things that would have hurt men in general, I don't think y'all should be bitter going forward with that. It's been some time. And even if it was just yesterday, listen now. You know, man. You know the them type of thing. That woman bicker like that. Not the man in the video, because he wasn't bickering. He was basically telling it like it is in his opinion. And I honestly respect his opinion in the video. Let that be on the record. I respect that man's opinion in the video. What I am saying, I understand what he's saying, but we also have to understand that people grow and people change. We evolve. We're not stagnant, so we'll not be in the same position every day. We're going to grow, and we're going to learn, and we're going to adapt, and we're going to change. I remember prior to me having the partner I have now, I was a more rowdy person. I would be easily, if you and I had a confrontation, I would fight you. Prior to me being in this relationship that I'm in, if you and I had a difference and we're in the same space, in the same room, and it gets to a point, I would easily fight you. I would be the type of person that would use a cup of profanity. Well, 5, 6 profanity string on to the next one to you. And now, where am I? That's not my thing. I can't even, honestly, I can't even tell you what it would take for me to get in a fist fight. No. If you hit my children, if you put your hands on me, but I don't think you could say something about me that would make me fight you. If you dare to put your hands on my children, if you dare to put your hands on my children, it's on. If you put your hands on me, it's on. But there's nothing you could say at this juncture of my life that could cause me to get in a physical interaction with anyone. And I think that comes with growth, but not just growth. When you, no man, I was a little warlord man creator. What I said, man, you couldn't play with the and so. But when you grow, you change. And when I look at my partner based on his profile, I can't be just walking around here wanting to cuss with everybody. I can't be walking around here wanting to fight with everybody. I can't want to get in a physical altercation with everybody that says something about me. It wouldn't make practical sense. I would be belittling the man. I would be embarrassing the man. I would be tearing down the man. I would be reducing the man. And not just him, but myself. What message would I be sending to my children? What message would I be sending to my children? That conflict resolution is a matter of fists, sticks and stone. I'm teaching my children to understand that we live in a world that people are going to rub you the wrong way, no matter who you are and how you are. But there's a thing that is called conflict resolution, where we have to respect each other's opinion even when we can't agree. And conflict resolution is not about saying you did to me, but it's saying I felt as though. And conflict resolution does not need to be something physical. Conflict resolution really belongs to intelligent minds, because we can reason, we can talk. Most time you see people get fist and fight, they're very limited, you know. People who are highly don't fist fight easily because they can talk, they can reason. People that are very limited tend to go to the fist in no minute because they cannot express. They feel like nobody understands because they feel like they can't put themselves, give me a word for it, create. They can't express themselves in a pellucid way where persons can comprehend what they're saying. What sense of loyalty should we expect from who? Oh boy. I was trying to see the rest here. Come. Let me see if I can see it. Should be the expectation. I want book here right here. Let me see if I can see it. I'm a background white. Question statement. What sense of loyalty should we expect from a man that we knowingly and allegedly assisted in the deterioration of prior relationship, marriage? Should there be any expectation on him remaining faithful? That part we should think too highly of ourselves when we're convinced on being immune from being the stress and the only expectation of feeling is ultimately do me the same, and that alone I couldn't extend just therefore that's not good enough for us, so it should be another of standard and to be in compromise by crossing that line. Truth, truth. Like I say, anybody can change, Marlily. You could meet a man, he's genuinely happy with his wife, and he still gets in an extramarital affair. You could meet a man, he's not happy with his wife, but he's there. He gets in an extramarital affair and he leaves. He could give you some form of fidelity, I think. But I always say, anything that they did with you in the beginning is what they do to you in the end. I don't know why I always say that. I always say anything they did with you in the beginning is what they do to you in the end. So if it is that they cheated with you, then in all fairness, they can cheat on you. If they did cheat with you, then they can actually cheat on you. People that are limited are very ignorant, hence the reason for behavior. It's very frustrating when you can't relate. Very much so. So I always say if they cheated with you, they will cheat on you. And I actually believe it. I actually believe it. I've seen it, and I've seen it too many times. Because for one, I don't know how we're going to put this across, but most time a man is looking for a side chick. And it's just a sad truth. Who not like it, but I'm being honest. Most time, a man is looking for a side chick. So when you used to be the side chick and you move up, he will replace you. Somebody's going to take your position. And it is very sad. But I think what I just said is the honest to God truth. And I think a lot of you know that I just spoke the truth. Maybe a hard pill to swallow. Maybe you're wondering now. But most times, they're looking someone who is free, flighty, and you know, like you see you have children, you're home, you're cooking dinner, you're ironing clothes, you're cleaning off stove, you're mopping off floor, you have curlers in your hair. That part for me. Thanks for reading and digesting. And he want one of the little fly body girl out the road. One of the little one and have no stretch mark. One of the little one with them belly flat like a washing board. One of the little one with 2 pebbles with juke in your high. He want one little one with boom, 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 boom. As Spice would I say, you know, Spice have one song. Right? And he needs a free spirit. He needs somebody where he sit and talk with, where not talk none heavy. A little bubble head when no conscious. So fear argument then loose and light, and she talk about Instagram and just show him picture and say, oh, me want look, me want do my body like that. He want one light head. A side chick with lots of free time. And that is why most of you see men in their 50s, 60s suddenly take up with look a young girl in 20s. I hear people say, oh, I go through a midlife crisis. Some of these men seem to think a young girl keeps them young. Remember, after you give birth, your body somewhat changes. Your body don't remain the same. And when I say don't remain the same, I'm not speaking about the V. I'm just speaking about in general, your mindset, the whole everything change. Your focus now become this new life that you bring in the world. You're trying to do everything right because you want to be the greatest mother and role model you can be for your child. You want to be there for everything, and you're juggling your job, parenting, being a wife, all sorts and kind of things. So after a while, you're not that interesting. You're not that, person for him. And then he's gonna crave that little indulgence, have this little person with dote on him. This person make him feel like him a king of all I survey. Right? Make you think he's king of all I survey. And them little one, they know them just glue them, worship them because them feel like them are the side chicken, so them are proof to him, so them can burn him better than you. So in the burning, them the overdrive, man, them put in the most, man, them do some things. And it makes it hard, very hard. You too. It makes it very hard for I see you, Angela, thank you. So I mean, sometimes we end up with the same type of problem. Sometimes truth is, some of these men have lived. When I say lived, they have lived. So when you get to the settling stage with them, they're at a place where they now live. They have done it all. They have been everywhere. They have done everything. What some men do, however, in getting settled, they settle with a woman that is a good bit younger than them. So it's like there is always the fact that the woman is younger, because they don't want nobody their own age. You see, a man that is 60 years old, he don't want a 58-year-old woman to marry to. He don't want her. A man that is 60, he wants to marry to a 38-year-old woman, a 43-year-old woman. Yeah, he don't want a woman 2 doors away from him. Because in their mind, the woman young, it keeps them young. She look good on his arm. When they go out, his brethren them say, boy, she look good. So, but yeah, no, Marley, it is. They don't want a man that is 60 now, 65-year-old. Tell himself he married a 62-year-old woman. He no want she to marry to a man that is 65 right now, 2023. A man that is in the mainstream, look good, smell good, carry himself good, accomplished, at a level. Him not married into a woman. Him not married. You know say married in. He will not marry a 63-year-old woman and he's 65. He wants a woman that is all 40, 39, 41 for married to. And that's a fact. That's a fact. They like when you look good on their arms. They like when you still have the youthful look. You're trendy with your dressing, you're fresh. And you know, when you go out, you're still a head turner. You still have it when you pull up. You're beautiful, you're articulate, you dress well, you shape well. Yeah. You might 84 and in love young girls. You see that? Can you believe? So it's just one of them things. But hey, let us give her the chance to, yes, but half of the time those men who want younger women have no. Oh Jesus. You know things that I know, so just know they ain't that God stand much firmly. You don't think they did know? But them still want. You don't think when a man is 65 and him jump up take up on 40 or 45-year-old woman for go marry, you know the woman 20 years younger than him. You not thinking didn't know say him name that go can you not thinking didn't know. But the heart wants what the heart wants, right? And that's what he wants. So he's going after that, right? Yeah. He's going after that. So you have to try and understand that. Yeah. So, like I said, we heard the video that the gentleman spoke in. And like I said, I was going through YouTube this morning and I came across the video. And when I listened to the video, I was like, oh my God. Wow. He made some valid points. Very, very valid points in the video. And you can't take that from him. You have to give him that. He made some valid points in the video. Very valid points. However, I think sometimes sinners can't really correct sin. Not even sometime, at no time. So I think because we sin differently and we're flawed people and we all have faults, sometimes we have to give a little space for a person to breathe in and to make changes in. Marriages are not like before, Parker. Marriages now is based on social standing. Marriages now is more on based on social standing and gratification purposes, just to say I'm Mrs. Because some women that are married are living the most horrible life there is, because their husband cares zero about them, but just hanging on to the title of being Mrs. This seems like, do you know who I am? I'm Mrs. This. And it means absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because yes, you're Mrs. This. But Mr. So-and-so couldn't care two hoots if you're Mrs. This or you're not just Mrs. That. So marriage now, I think the pillows are not the pillows that used to be. People get married now for the wrong reason. Because you're such and such an age, because of your profession, because how it look. All of my friends them I get married, you just grab the next little fella you see you can put in a suit and it will look good in a one slim fit suit. You drag him down the aisle back of you. Before the honeymoon done, una hurl insult at each other. Women are not. Come, sweetie, I see you. You can pass. I see you.
No, I'm not coming. I thought you were done.
Okay. Women are no longer submissive. Then and again, to be honest with you, these men that are out here are not men that warrants any submission. Because I can tell you for a fact that I am a woman that will be submissive to my husband, but my husband has to show me what I'm submitting myself to. A man that is argumentative, a man that disrespects women, a man that uses profanity, a man that likes to raise his hand, a man that does not prioritize his family, a man that is splitting any bills with me 50-50, I will never be submissive to you. And in today's day and age, most of these marriages are marriages of convenience, right? It is not marriage as in the cornerstone of the family anymore. We marry to people because we think it makes us look better. Maybe we can acquire wealth because pooling together. Maybe we get married because we're pregnant and we don't want to have a child out of wedlock. Maybe we get married because of our age and all our friends is already married. Hey, Light and True, how are you? So this needed to hear. Thank you for this topic. You're most welcome. So sometimes we get married for all the wrong reason, not because we find our mate or soulmate, our rib, and this is a person that we know we will be with to the end, thick, thin, whether they gain weight, whether they lose weight, whether they come down with ailments, whether they get they're diabetic and they have to amputate a leg or a hand or whatever. Sometimes we really think we could what we can't. And it's all these surface level marriages that is causing the problem, because we get into things and when the sticky part comes, we say, oh no, I didn't sign up for this. It's like you marrying a man and you're a Christian woman and you never had intercourse because you're doing it the way it ought to be done. And yes, you're trusting God. He gives you this nice husband. He's so cute. He looks so good. He sings on the choir. He plays the drum. What more you can ask for is a man of God. And when you go home with him the first night, he jump up 2 minutes and you're saying, okay, this is anxiety, we're tired, it's new to him, he's never been down this road before, so I get it, anxiety. Try it in the morning again, 2 minutes, you're saying it's still the jits, still tired, he's new, gonna have to learn control. His mind is racing, his heart is pumping, is the adrenaline, is the anxiety, is the euphoria, is everything. I get you, I hear you. But then when 2 weeks worth of 2 minutes, and every time 2 minutes, and if you get the 3 minutes, it's lock. Paradigm shift, mega lock, because it's not. No, then when you look at it now, you're going to start saying, did I sign up for this? I don't think so. Did I sign up for this? I don't think so. I don't think so. Joan says she have to test the waters and ask for forgiveness. What can I say, my sister? I am not taking home the cat, not knowing if it's a cat. Let me put it in coded words. I am not taking home that cat, not knowing if it's a cat. So, all of those things are factors, because now we end up with women. One, sometimes women are not being honest. They didn't tell her they have all these female issues, who have cysts, who have fibroids, who have endometriosis, who have all sorts and kinds of conditions that is, that takes a toll on the entire family and even on your sex life. No one is sweet him, so Bam Bam just can't make the grade. Light. And when you look at that, they didn't tell you, and when you get involved, then you realize they can't have kids, you don't have no children, you're thinking, I'm just 32 years old, it means my whole life I stuck with this woman, can't have a kid. You grow on your nieces and nephews and you love them so much, but the heart desire just to have a child with your name, carrying on your legacy. and this woman can't have a child. Even though you adopt a child, it's not gonna be the same. So those things can create, So marriages are not like it used to be, Mark Parker. We are now getting married for the wrong reason. People are gonna say, but V, oh, you there with a man for 10 years and you and him not married. But I say if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Maybe very well, we could just get married and then we start live like hog and goat. Because now me think me own him, now him think he own me, now him think me not gonna win, now me think we tie up the assets them. We start talk to each other some type of way where we never used to before. And like I tell you, for me to be submissive to a husband, he needs to show himself worthy to me. My husband have to give me something to respect, something to look up to, in order for me to be submissive. For him to be the head of the house, if him tell me say the bills are 50-50, you're my roommate, I go as I like, I come as I like, I don't owe you no explanation. If you're going to come and do certain things. So when you look at these marriages nowadays, the bills are 50-50. The bills are 50-50. You are going to be submissive to a man where you are pay for the mortgage. Then if you are pay for the mortgage, come on. You're not going to listen to him. If you buy the food and him pay the utility bills, he ain't providing for the family like that. So these are some of the things why marriages are so weak. Back then, men were providers. Back then, men were providers, yeah? And they used to be in charge of the family affairs. Now, women are half and half provider, and some even outright providers. Now, when a woman is working and she's making more money, right, Melia? She lives more. Once the woman finds that she's doing more, she's not going to respect him the way she ought to, because subconsciously in the back of her mind is like, I don't really, man. Oh, creating, I forgot to say, Jaja. Creating, my name, remember, say you in there all the time. You see him, Bam Bam. Bam Bam make you never remind me, say, me can't say, Bam Bam come no, man. Bam Bam, you know, if you remember, say, create there, if you take it light, man. We can't do this to create young, So subconsciously, she will feel as though, well, I make more money. And just that alone, just a subconscious in her will tell her she don't have to be no submissive wife to him. So it's a lot of dynamics that make marriage no longer works. The whole dynamics of what you call that thing? What you call it again? Blended family. I have a kid, he have a kid, and we come together, and the children, and then yours tell him saying can't like your son come and your son father. Then you're going to say something about the daughter, and I know your mother not put your hand on she. And the dynamics are not the same. The cornerstone of marriage has shifted. And we are now getting married because it's like a social club where we get married just to say we are married. Her marriage breakdown, 5 years, 10 years, we're still walking with 2 pieces of wire upon our finger. And I use the name Miss Mrs. 5 years your husband never slept with you, never show you no form of affection. But here you are still saying, I'm his wife. How does that benefit you? It don't make any sense. So it's just one of them things. But with that said, I want to thank each and everyone for joining me tonight and tarrying with me. And this was a beautiful conversation. Miss Kitty, I hope you will enjoy your marital bliss. And I also want to wish you a very safe journey with your pregnancy, and even more so a safe delivery. All right, shut the noise out. You know how it is. You ruffle a lot of feathers. You cause a lot of people to feel some type of way. So I guess now they're taking their turns at jabbing at you, but I do not really subscribe to that. And you're not the first or the last, if it is that it is so, because I cannot verify. But if it is that it is so, you're not the first, you're not the last. And I mean, people will say things to make you feel some type of way. Focus on your husband, focus on yourself, focus on your newborn. Don't miss any moments, because the moments go by really, really fast. And God bless you. God bless your husband. God bless your union. And God bless your unborn child. And that's me saying it's a wrap. Think we ever come back and talk about a marriage something and bam bam. But we now can carry create. It was a pleasure to be here, sister. After you open a whole other topic, you're gone. But my YouTube I got dead. My battery up on 15. So it got dead. So, I mean, it's not me who mention as Mac. I may just say it. So we can come back, and tomorrow is what? Saturday. We can come back tomorrow night and do this, But we can't carry create over here. Bamba money I come to bring create. Please, me I beg you no carry him over here. Because tomorrow night I got a little steep if we go through that something here tomorrow night. Because we're going to go even little higher. You understand? Because one of the hardest things to stay faithful is when you marry a man who cannot meet you. I'm going to tell Create myself to go on and come back tomorrow. Create, go ahead. Create, go ahead. You hear me? Is when you marry a man that cannot meet your sexual needs. Cannot meet your cannot fulfill the woman in you. And you're married. What do you do? And even when you're trying to teach, he's not the best student because he's not open to learning. He's from the old school. This is off limit, that is off limit, this is not doable, me no do this, me no touch this, me no eat this, me no lick this, me no kiss this, me no drink this, me no that, this, me no that, me no. You say coffee is how we having a cutler tissue. So, it's a lot, but marriage is hard. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of compromise. It takes a lot of I am sorry. It takes a lot of swallowing your spit and don't say the thing that you was gonna say. It takes a lot of Jesus, and keep it moving. It takes a lot of I'm gonna act like I didn't hear what he just said. Me gonna act like me not hear what the man said a while ago. Me gonna act like me not hear. Can you say me act like me hear what he said tonight? Yes, it takes a lot of that. And my is a package. Yeah. So it takes a lot. It's not as easy as some of us think. And the first couple of years of marriage is very trying years because, for starters, we start to knowing people way different from we knew them before the marriage. Trust me, don't let nobody tell you nothing. People say when you get married, you not change. Everybody change when they get married. Every last person change when they get married. Don't let nobody tell you nothing. Some people change for the better, not for the worse. Some people grow, but we can always go back to this whole marriage thing. We can talk on that and about fulfillment and satisfaction. We can talk about that in a whole new thing. I'm gonna be out of your space. All right, my battery on my YouTube phone is showing me that it is 9%. That is one of the reasons. So it was more than my pleasure being here with you guys. YouTube, thank you so much. 29 thumbs up, 16 people watching. Thank you to in live. Some people same, no matter it married or not. All right, some people is like that. I wonder if me get change when the big man marry me. You may not. You may change to become a more structured person, because family life now become a thing. You're actually living with a person. You have to get up every day. You have to plan your day, plan how you're gonna deal with the meals, or you're gonna deal with this, or you're gonna deal with that. You still have to get family time, you still have to get personal time. Sometimes it makes you become more structured, and may change, but may still love road, right? So you become more structured and more balanced. Some people can't juggle it well, so it become frustrating for them. Some women let themselves down. Hey, Marlon Farron, how are you there? Always a pleasure seeing you. Some women let themselves go where they're no longer grooming themselves. They're not taking any pride in themselves. There's no self-care going on. And then your husband is looking at you like, this is not what I signed up for. You were always very well kept, very well groomed. Since we're married, you're just taking everything for granted. You're coming to bed in some big underwears that come all the way under your breast. You're coming to bed in some t-shirt and some sweatpants. You're coming to bed and you not groom yourself properly. You're not going to do your nails. You're not going to the dentist and clean your teeth. You're not doing your feet, so your heels have all the callous things on them and all of that stuff. And it's really a work, right? So marriage is not as simple as some of us really understand or think, but it takes a devoted couple to make marriage work. It's a meet me halfway. It's a give and it's a take. It's a, we're in this together. This is not about me. When you get married, you have to throw out the I's and work with the us and the we. So I mean, it's a lot. But have a good night, everybody. We can come back and talk about. Hold on, guys. Hi. Hi. No, what happened? All right, I'll hunt them down. I'll hunt down somebody. Says Mount St. John's. Okay, where's that? Where's the accident? We're in Antigua. All right, let me hunt down somebody and they can go to the hospital. Let me hunt down somebody. Guys, I'm gonna have to leave you. There's a family emergency going on, and I need to get some mad scramble going on. All right, so I'm gonna have to run. I wish I could stay, but I have to run. There's a family emergency, so I got to go. I'll talk to you all later tomorrow. I got to go. There's a family emergency. Have a good night. All right. YouTube, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, moderators and everybody. Thank you. We'll come back and do this maybe tomorrow night or something, but I have to make some calls. Okay. All right. Bye, everybody. A family member was in a vehicle accident, so we need to scramble. Bye. How do I come out?